Let's talk about the differences between the American Accent course, American Accent Direct, and American Accent Coaching. Let's start with the American Accent course because that's our main program. The American Accent course was actually taught over the period of a year to a small classroom online, and it's now available to you as a self-study course. And so when you go through the self-study course, you're working on it on your own, but as if you were one of the students in the original class. Let me give you a peek as to what's inside of the course. The American Accent course consists of 2 different tracks going on at the same time. The first one is the intonation course, and that is taught through audios. It's something that you could actually listen to as you're commuting to work or taking a walk or something like that, because it's all done through audio. And if you look down the list, you see that we begin with a few lessons that talk about an overview of the accent, and then we start breaking the accent down into little tiny pieces where we talk about various sounds, and then we start looking at the intonation patterns of things and so on, and it gets much more complex as we go along. You'll see that we get into sequencing and complex sentences and emotion, all of the things that intonation can change for you. And then we also have a video program which is all about the pronunciation of English. If you take a look, we see that we have vowels. We start going over vowels, we start going over consonants, and then we start blending them together. So between the 2 programs, you have a really good idea of how the American accent works. So through the intonation program and the pronunciation. So with the self-study course, you can go through this as fast or as slow as you want. There's about 50 hours of information here. As I said, it took about a year to go through the course, but you don't need to take a year to go through this course. You could do it in a month or 2 or 3 or 4, whatever works best for you. So studying it by yourself can be a very good option, especially if you don't have a lot of time or you want to work at, say, 3 a.m. in the morning. And I promise you, you're going to get a lot out of it. There's a lot of information, but everything's taught in a step-by-step manner, so you won't get confused as you go along. And to be honest, thousands of people have gone through it and been very successful going through it on their own. But sometimes it's nice to have a professional giving you feedback and helping you as you go through the program. So that's why we have 2 other programs. The next one is called American Accent Direct. Now with the American Accent Direct program, you get help as you go through the program. But in order to explain it a little bit better, I think I'm going to pass over this and go to the next program and then come back to this one. So the 3rd program that we offer is Coaching, American Accent Coaching. And you probably understand exactly what this is because this is when you work directly with a tutor. So you're working with a coach. It's you and your coach. So what you'll do with coaching is you'll use the American Accent course as your main source of training. So you go through the program on your own, but every week you'll get together with your own private coach and you'll meet online and you will talk to each other face to face as if you were in the same room. But since you'll be using an online meeting room, you can do it from anywhere in the world. So the first thing that happens when you get with your coach is your coach will give you an assessment and find out exactly where you're at and let you know the things that you need to work on and the things that you're already doing well. So you don't really need to go over the things that you're already doing well. Then your coach will give you your first assignment based on what you need, and you'll use the American Accent course to go through some of the lessons. And then when you meet with your coach each week, you'll review the lesson. He or she will help you with what you've learned, make sure that you're doing everything very well. And that's pretty important because you want to make sure that you're doing it correctly and not practicing something wrong. And then once your coach knows how you're doing, you'll be able to go to the next lesson and the same thing will happen. So it's really something that we might call a flipped classroom. I don't know if you've heard of that, but a flipped classroom means you learn your lessons outside of the class, and then you basically do your homework in the class. And it's a very, very good way to learn. And the people who go through the American Accent Coaching Program do very well because they know exactly what they should be doing and they get correction when they're doing it wrong. So the American Accent Coaching Program is our premier program because it really helps you get in there. You have somebody helping you along the way. But we do know that some people may not have the time to meet with a coach every single week. In that case, what I recommend to you is the American Accent Direct program. When you choose the American Accent Direct program, you also have a coach. So there's you, and there's the coach. It's very similar to the coaching program, but the main difference is you're not going to be meeting your coach online. Instead, you'll be working through personal audios and videos. You'll record audios or videos, and your coach will record audios or videos. So you don't need to have an exact schedule where you meet your coach online. You'll create an audio or video and upload it into our special coaching area, and then your coach will respond by using an audio or video to give you feedback. So it's very similar to the one-on-one coaching, but there's no time schedule. So I hope that makes sense. So if you're in a place where you're not able to meet somebody who's in North America, maybe you're, let's say, in Asia, and it's not a good time for you to meet them during working hours, North American time, this might be a better program for you. Or if you are in North America and you still don't have a lot of time, or maybe you're more concerned about the costs, this can also be a really nice kind of hybrid program for you. So you'll be doing some self-study with the American Accent course, but you're also going to get direct help and direct feedback, so you'll know how you're doing. So between the three programs, the American Accent course, American Accent Direct, and American Accent Coaching, we hope to be able to help you in the best way possible to use English pronunciation and accent that you're proud of. So once again, through all three programs, you'll be using the American Accent course as your main instructional materials. But if you decide to go with the American Accent course alone, you'll be working on your own. If you decide to use the American Accent Direct program, you'll be working privately with a coach, but through audios and videos. You won't be meeting one-on-one. And if you decide to go with the American Accent Coaching program, you will have your one-on-one coach who will be assigned just to you to help you as you go through the program, and who will be there to give you feedback all along the way. I hope that helps, and I look forward to having you in one of our programs.